Berze with Micah and Jalen Philpot is joining us this week on the pod. We're just coming back from the bye week. I was away the past 2 weeks, so I mean, Trey Dukes gave me some heck for being away, but I'm back now. How was your guys' bye? What did you get up to?
How was your bye?
My bye was good.
It looked really good. I saw the stories.
So I was in England for the fans that don't
England.
know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some wa'a.
Had some wa'a.
And some cookies.
Some biscuits.
Biscuits,
yeah.
But cookies are a thing too.
They do have cookies, yeah.
But they call them something else.
I don't know. I mean, there's like chips, there's crisps.
Chips, but
it's
biscuits.
not actually chips, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was a great trip. It rained like basically the whole time I was there, but we made it. We made it good.
Oh,
I was up. I watched you guys. I was up till 3 a.m.
Wow.
Watching the game.
It's dedication right there.
That's dedication
it
for real.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. We felt your
presence
from England. Did you see Harry Potter?
No, I went to Oxford where they had shot some of Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
So I got to see some of that. Are you
Okay.
Harry Potter fans?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Yes?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
my.
I read some of the books. I think I stopped at Order of the Phoenix.
Okay.
The book was a little too thick for me.
That's the biggest one.
Yeah, I couldn't finish it, but I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, then what's your Hogwarts house is my next question. Where would you sort yourself?
I mean, I think I'm a Gryffindor. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, if I had to fall on one, I'd be a Gryffindor. If not,
I know what I'm doing. I'm Slytherin
You're
for sure.
Slytherin?
Okay.
Yeah. I like it. I like that energy. Draco Malfoy, you know.
I really was gonna say Slytherin too, but what's the other one? So like,
There's Hufflepuff
Yeah.
and Ravenclaw are the other two.
Oh, I think I'm a Ravenclaw.
See,
is
me
what was
too.
thinking.
I would say
Ravenclaw's
Ravenclaw.
cool.
Ravenclaw if I'm not a Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Honestly, I probably would move into Ravenclaw. I'd be that one character.
Transfer.
Yeah. You
Transfer
know what?
portal.
I'm transferring out
Yeah.
to Ravenclaw. Okay.
Okay, so what'd you guys get up to your buys? Anything fun?
Not really. Took care of the body.
Yeah.
That was a big thing for me, you know, just hanging out. We got some pretty good weather here in Calgary, so hung out with the family a little bit because I stayed in Vancouver for one night, so that was good. That was nice to see them, you know. Hopefully, I wish we got the win, but it was still good to see the family. So yeah, just hung out, enjoyed the weather. I actually went to what's it called, Bow Park, I think, down by the river. I want to say one of the parks. Never been there before. It's been in Calgary for 6 years, so should definitely go there if you like the water in Calgary. So,
me and my family, Raylan had her first zoo visit.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually mentioned this, I guess, last week, so it's a little old news. But it was good. Now people are probably wondering, like, bringing a 35-day-old baby, is she really seeing the zoo?
Fair enough.
Probably not. But she smelled it probably. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, she was
did.
there, all right?
Yeah.
And you do things like that with kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then you tell them about it. But, I feel like our generation is going to be different because, I video recorded everything. So at least you can be like, hey, look, it's you. Like,
True.
And you're blinking and looking at the monkey.
Your true reaction, yeah.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Whereas our parents, it's like, you went to the zoo when you were a month old and you're like, where's the proof?
You got one picture to show for it.
Right.
That's it.
You're like,
That's
all right,
it.
Mom, thanks.
Yeah.
My mom has not one photo of her being pregnant.
Oh, really?
With me and my sister. Not one.
Not one?
She's like, well, I adopted you. And it's like, oh, okay.
You really, now you don't really
You
know.
don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That
You
would
really
be-
don't know.
There is a hospital photo.
Okay.
But there's not a pregnancy one. And she's like, I didn't want my photo taken. I'm like, fair enough.
I
You had
mean,
twins in there. I guess, maybe you.
No, wait,
You're
you're
a twin?
Yeah,
I'm
you
a
are. I
twin,
think I
yeah.
did know that.
Jalen and I have the twin connection.
I did know that.
You're-
Yes, I did know that.
You're a twin?
Yes.
Well, I did not know that. Now, I do have questions about your origin story.
Okay.
So you say you have no pictures. Your mom claims you're an orphan or you're adopted.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say orphan. But, one of the things, like the hospitals, they like tag the kid up to make sure you don't get mixed up.
Right.
Are you sure?
Switched at birth. Who knows?
It's very
Guess we'll never know. We'll never know if Makayla's actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty deep.
But the twin thing's cool, though. Like,
It is.
I think Jalen and I have different stories because, like, I'm a fraternal twin.
Okay, yeah.
Jalen, you and Tyson are identical.
Identical, yes.
And I feel like
yes.
you guys are closer. I don't know if that's a boy thing or something.
Fair
else,
enough.
But my sister and I, like, we do not get along.
Oh,
We're
yeah?
different in every way.
That's fair. I feel like me and Tyson are closer now than we were. Like when we were little kids, we beat each other up all the time. So I feel like that also helps. You know, you can fight each other. So
do y'all feel like y'all are like competitors? Like,
oh yeah. Everything.
All right.
Anything.
I'm going to go back to my animal thing from last week. So, like, do you feel like you were, like, having to, like, almost fight for your right to live?
Yes.
Like, you had a, you know, like, it's between me and him.
Yes.
We're exactly the same.
Yep. No, for sure. Like, I definitely feel like, I mean, that was a big question in our combine stories, too. Like, are you guys okay playing apart? And we were like, we want to play apart. Like, that was our biggest thing. Like, we're our biggest competitor, but it's also like, if I look across the field and I see someone who looks exactly like me making a play, then obviously I want to make a play too, right? Because then I'm going to hear it the entire time, right? Why aren't you better than your twin? You know, there's that competitiveness. So good competition.
Does he like get on you whenever he does have a better game? Like, does he sneak it in jokes? I feel like
he doesn't, not right now. He knows that obviously I'm coming off injury, he's giving me the benefit of the doubt.
But the moment you're healthy.
Oh yeah. Next year, like, I don't want any.
He's gonna,
that's okay.
I play with both of them, and
that's fair.
It's very true. I'm still confused to this day who is who. They play the same almost identically. You're a little bit more yak.
Yep.
A little bit more yak. He got the ball.
It's the running back background,
which everyone was confused when you got the ball, and I was like, no. They don't know the twin. He's the running twin.
Yep.
He can get that yak yards.
Yep.
Man, y'all are both great players, though. Obviously,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And good people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. Like, we got the matchup the following week.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So
we do.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Has there been talk about that with your family? Like, this is the first time you guys are playing against each other because it's either been one of you's hurt or we didn't go to Montreal the first year.
Yep.
So this is the first matchup.
Yeah, no, they're all going to be there. From my grandparents to my mom to my sister. Everyone out east in Nova Scotia, they're going to make the trip out to...
You got family in Nova Scotia?
Yeah, that's where my family's from, actually. All my family's from out east, and then my dad's side's from the States, so... No actual family from Vancouver, believe it or not.
And that's like east of west.
Oh yeah, I know it's a far trip, but yeah, no, all my family would be out there. Finally, like you said, I finally get to go against number 6 on Montreal. So
place your bets now.
Yes.
Place your bets now.
I'm excited for it. I'm hoping Killam gives me a kickoff rep and they put him on kick return.
Oh.
And we get to meet downfield. That's my dream, but I don't know if that'll happen. So.
I don't know how I would feel if I was like your parents or your grandparents. Like, who do you cheer for in that situation?
Yeah, you gotta get the half jersey.
Yeah.
Do you have like? Is there a favorite in the family?
He's the baby technically, since we're identical twins, but I'm 7 minutes older. And I always felt like I got middle child treatment because I do have an older sister. And even though he's 7 minutes younger, I did always feel that little like baby. He's the younger. But I'm kind of getting the sympathy right now. Because he's doing pretty well. So I feel like half of them will cheer for Tyson, half of them will cheer for me. It'll be a nice split down.
Is Grandma cheering for you?
Yeah. I get the ones that are important. So.
Grandma Philpot.
Yes, sir.
So this week, though, we are playing the Blue Bombers, who have had our number, not going to lie, the past few years.
They have.
They're sitting at 0-3 right now, struggling a little bit. But I was talking to Jake earlier, and it's like, you can't put that on them. Like, you can't even think that they're 0-3 or that, like, the Bombers are bad because it's the Bombers at the end of the day. Like, it's going to be tough.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's pro football.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care if they could be 0-16 in the third week, and it does not matter.
Yep.
Like, how did that happen? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Because we do not go in there thinking 0-3. I don't think I even seen, like, on any of our papers for scouting reports, 0-3. Like, that does not matter at all. And, again, even if they were in 3-0, I think we'd be saying the same thing, honestly. So I'm just ready to go and kind of see how we can improve from that BC game. Because it's like, we don't want to have too many learning experiences with like losing. We want to have learning experiences with winning.
Yep.
And I think that's something we can do moving forward for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like you said, it's the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They've been in 4 consecutive Grey Cups for a reason, and it's the same coaching staff. They've got a new DC, but other than that, nothing's really changed. So, yeah, I mean, you definitely can't take them lightly. They had our number, but I think we're excited. It's a good matchup for us, I think. We want to prove something for sure. And I think we have their number. We feel super confident, at least from the offensive side this week. We feel like we can dial them up, and we're not taking them lightly at all, though. They'll come out, they'll give us everything, and we just got to make sure that we punch back. So we're excited.
Absolutely. This week it's also the Purelator Tackle Hunger Game, so fans are encouraged to bring non-perishable food items. The Calgary Food Bank does have a wish list for this year, so that includes canned goods, pasta sauce, baby formula, cereal, and other items as well, like rice, peanut butter, boxed mac and cheese, and soup. If you forget to bring a non-perishable food item, you can donate a monetary donation here at the game. And it's also Family Day this weekend too, so a lot of fun stuff. Gridiron Gardens pregame, just a great day for families to come out and enjoy. Does that make a difference? Do you guys notice, like, when there's families out here? I know, Jalen, when I see you out here, even Micah, there's a lot of kids that look up to you guys that are so excited to see you guys play.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a huge, like, when I was little, I can tell you about a time I went to a museum in Fort Worth or Dallas, Texas about airplanes, and it still now to this day when I drive by as an adult, I'm like, that's the building. Yep. So, like, as a kid, when you go to this huge event, like in football stadium, you might not know anything about football, but, like, you remember, like, the people who are there, and you remember the feeling. There's a feeling you get from there, and that, like, that never leaves you. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, being with your family, too, you kind of remember those times. So, like, days like this, when you have family days, it's really awesome to have it when you have, like, camaraderie. Like, we're just talking about your family. Yep. Like, yep. I'm sure you have memories growing up.
For sure.
Especially with your dad playing, like, in the CFL and all that. Yeah. So that must have been awesome.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to bring it back to. Like, that, for me, I think one of the reasons why I'm sitting in this seat right here playing in the CFL too was just that experiences as a little kid, going to those Lions games, wanting to be those guys out there playing, you know, especially when it's a good, entertaining Canadian football game. You know, I don't think you can beat anything like that. So just having a great game, great atmosphere, and then hopefully the Stamps getting a win, you know, I think that'll tie family together, Family Day all together, and it'll be a great day, and we'll get to celebrate family. So
create some new fans out there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Get the little kids. I'm a Stampeder fan. What's a Stampeder?
Yes.
I don't know.
Of course.
I'm a Stampeder fan. Yeah.
I mean, coming up after that is the Stampede, Calgary Stampede. Micah, have you been more than just last year? Have you been before?
Last year was my first year.
Yeah.
I heard Shabuzi's coming.
Ooh,
is that true? I don't know if that's true or not.
He is coming. I did see that.
If you're coming, Shabuzi, I saw you with what's his name? He was with the oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name right now. Receiver, Houston Texans. Oh,
I did see that.
Tank Dell?
Yeah.
No, not Tank Dell.
Who was he with?
Old head.
Oh, I did see that. I did see that.
DeAndre. Yeah. I'm sorry, DeAndre. DeAndre Hopkins.
Was he with Hopkins? I didn't know that.
Hopkins. I'm sorry. I apologize, DeAndre, if you happen to be watching this. But Shabuzi, come on. You know he's Nigerian?
I did not know that.
No, most people do not know. I did not know that either. But he's Nigerian, and I don't know. Maybe we can connect.
A little link up, Cowboys link up.
Yeah, make some jollof rice.
Yeah.
We could eat that while you sing. I'm not gonna lie. I put his songs on every day before I come to practice.
He's not lying about that. I hear Shabuzi. I know who's playing it.
Yeah, and then when I use the restroom, I put my speaker in there, and guess what's on? Shabuzi. Yeah. So, sorry, man. That's a lot of Shabuzi right now. Anyways, listen to the songs. Very good.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Yeah, no, Stampede though, it's a great time. I mean, I've been in Calgary for 6 years. I don't think I went in the beginning, so I'd say this is probably my 4th Stampede this year, 4th or 5th.
Nice.
So I'm becoming a vet. I did put the cowboy boots on and the cowboy hat last year, so it's been the first year, and
last year was your first year.
Last year was my first time doing it, and it was awesome. I'm not gonna lie, like, you stick out more not wearing cowboy boots and cowboy hat. So I felt right in. I felt like a cowboy. I felt like a true Calgarian. So I think it's gonna happen again. It might have to be a pregame walk up to the game or something like that. A little fit, you know.
Man, all I'm saying is, you know, if you're from Texas, I feel like you have an automatic Calgarian passport.
Fair.
Because, you know, of course, I didn't even need to Stampede for my cowboy boots. I already had them in my luggage.
Yep.
And a hat, too, from, like, years ago. So I was ready for my fit. I think people were kind of confused because I even had, like, you know, back in Texas, we wear, like, fishing gear.
Okay.
As
Did you
part
have the coveralls on? I was going to say, you had overalls?
I do have overalls, but I don't know if I brought them up for that game, for that. But this year, actually, I do have my overalls.
We need to see that for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Shirtless, too.
Yep. We need
Look out for Micah always. Shirtless overall.
I'm looking.
But it's just pretty much normal in Texas, though. Like that's not You're like, oh, he has overalls. You don't even look at him. Down here, they think you're crazy, but it's just true Texan activities.
Yeah.
So being a Texan, when you came to your first Stampede last year, it's the biggest outdoor rodeo in the world. Is it like what you expected, or were you like surprised? Were you impressed, or were you like, oh, okay, we kind of have this at home, or you're like, okay, wow, they really put on a show up here?
It's a good job done. Well, yeah, it's a good job done. I went to the Houston Rodeo actually for the first time the year before, and that was pretty cool, man. Like seeing like people jump off a horse and then get a bull and
wrangle them.
I'm like, all right. It's kind of similar to wrangling to some of these running backs in the CFL, but not as like violent. It's pretty violent. But no, it's a really good job. I mean, it's the biggest event. A lot of people know about the Stampede in Texas. So I loved it. And the music's great.
I could believe that.
Yeah.
So speaking a little bit about passports, about this weekend, about the game, it's also Canada Day on Monday. So that led me to my question for you guys. It's going to be, who is your favorite Canadian CFL player of all time? So that could be past, present. They could be American and now have a Canadian passport. However you want to look at it.
Dave Dickinson.
Dave Dickinson.
He just become a Canadian.
That's brownie points right there.
Yeah, I know. It was. I was going for it. How many years did it take him to get that? Is it like a year?
He's been in the league since like '96. Yeah. So
they probably just called him up, said like, you know what? Here's a passport.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't left, have you?
No, he definitely hasn't.
Yeah.
And Montana's so close to Canada as well, right?
Oh yeah, he's basically Canadian. He's Canadian. I don't know. You can go first on this.
My favorite Canadian all time. Okay, well, so I was a BC fan growing up, so I feel like I'm a little biased to BC. That's who I watched. So let's go. He was very dominant. I'm gonna go Andrew Harris. He was awesome. He was awesome. Like I loved to watch him.
Growing up, I loved Andrew Harris. Like especially as a Lion. Like. Then eventually became a Bomber. I'm like, oh my gosh. But as a Lion, like Andrew Harris was so cool. Awesome. Like even as a Stamps fan, I was like the one player I looked out for in BC.
Yes. No, yeah, and playing junior football in BC too. I got to watch him with the VI Raiders too. So kind of watching his progression too to becoming an all-star running back in the CFL. It's got to be him for sure. He was awesome.
It's pretty great. Man, this is tough. Obviously, I didn't grow up watching the CFL necessarily.
Yeah.
So I think I'll just go back in the archives of maybe the beginning of my career.
Okay. Yep.
I played against a lot of people. Alex Singleton, that's one.
Yep. Yeah.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Who else, man? I'm just thinking about like, man, it's tough.
It is.
That
tough.
is a tough question.
Yes, not being a Canadian football fan as a kid definitely would be a little tough. Because you think
about their people and are like, you gotta check. Wait, are they Canadian?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They're not Canadian. You're not really sure. You just know that they're really good at football.
Fair enough.
I think Alex Singleton's a great one, though.
That's a great answer,
As someone who hasn't played here in a while, but if you go ask any Calgarian, I think they would say that they know who Alex Singleton is. The impact that he left on Calgary as well. Of course, we want Alex to come up here at some point, come watch a game. But yeah, that's a great answer.
Yeah, I'll go with Alex. And if not, the Philpots. And if not, Coach Dickey.
Coach Dickey.
There you go.
I got to give a shout out to John Cornish, too, because he was also awesome to watch, and he's also from Vancouver, New West, so he was pretty good, too.
New Westminster?
New West.
Yep. Doing there.
Yep.
That's a cool area.
Yep, it is.
Now, my answer is kind of a cheat. It's kind of similar to the Dickinson one. I was trying to think of someone who I loved. So mine's going to be Anthony Calvillo, who is a Canadian citizen now, and was my favorite guy of all time growing up. Like, I love the Stamps, but Calvillo was my guy. I waited out in the cold, like -30 for him.
Oh, no way.
Like, love that guy.
He's a great guy. And, one short story about him, because I was with him last year or 2 years ago. Man, he can make the best. What do you call that thing? Chorizo.
Okay.
His chorizo, bro. It's like, so I would stay after to do some like film and stuff like that. And he'd be in there with Trevor Harris back then, and I walked by like by his office.
You got a whiff of that, hey?
What is?
Yeah.
It smells like Mexico. I'm from Texas. I know good Mexican
fair
food.
enough.
And I'm like, I've smelled this before. What is it? I look in there. Coach Cavillo, is he laughing? He's like, I was like, what is that? He's like, it's just some chorizo. And I'm like, can I just get the flour? Like, not even like the actual chorizo, because I'm like, I just want to get the flour that the chorizo has touched. And he's like, no, I'll give you some actual chorizo with it. Bro. And I'm like, you bought this at the store, right? He's like, no, of course not. I made it. So next time I see him, I'm actually going to ask him if he can give me some chorizo.
I'll have to ask my brother about that one, see if he's heard anything about the chorizo in Montreal.
He makes it on his own. It's so good. Like, anyways, shout out to Coach Cavillo for that. That was incredible.
Before we wrap up here, I just want to remind Stamps fans to download the Stampeders app. You can get all your content, all your news, get your tickets, and stay up to date on these guys. Their stats are all there. And I'm just going to throw it to Micah and Jalen. You want to wrap it up and anything else you want to add before we end this thing?
Hey, all I'd say is hope to see you guys out on Saturday for Family Day. Bring the fam, be loud. Hopefully bring some good weather for us, and we plan to put on a show for you guys.
Yep. Can't guarantee wins or losses, but we can guarantee that we're going to do everything we can to win that game and entertain y'all while we're at it. So it's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a fun season. So don't jump on that bandwagon too late.
Nope.
Just jump on it right now.
Yes, sir.
It's moving. We got the horses already going.
They are.
So we're not stopping.
Nope.